Good morning! Today I'm going to walk you through what I do, kind of. It's more of a hangout with me today, whilst I do the things that I do when I'm making content. First things first, bit of skincare. I'm gonna put on literally this, and that's it. I do need to redo my eyelashes. I took them off the other day because one was poking me in the eye. I went swimming and I think it shifted one. So I think it started poking me in the eye and that became really infuriating. So I had to take them all off. Also, do you like my fork? Wow. This is my new microphone. I saw people clipping the microphones onto things and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool because my microphone doesn't sound good when it's far away. Very infuriating. So I'm gonna go and brush my teeth and then I'll come back and we'll get started. Okay, teeth are brushed. It is time for lashes because, as I said, I took them all off and now my eyes just feel a little bit naked and I'm not really a fan of it. I got this stuff from Superdrug a little while ago. I'm actually a very, very big fan of it. You're only really supposed to put it on the very bottom, but I put it everywhere. Fun fact is I've been afraid of getting my lashes done for so long because I don't like the idea of people touching my eyes, which is very infuriating because having my lashes done by somebody else would make my life so much easier because then they would stay on for like a whole month. Instead, I do this every like week or two. I always manage to do that on the last lash. So annoying. Do it every time. You would have thought I'd like learn how to not do that by now. But I guess not. Okay, awesome. One eye done. We should see the other one. Awesome. Now we have to put the seal on to keep them all in place. You do like one swipe at the bottom, and then that's supposed to be it. But I'm extra, so I brush it through as well. Beautiful! Right, a tiny bit of moisturizer. Right, that's moisturizer. Tiny bit of primer. I say tiny bit. Yep, and I knew that was going to happen. That happens every time I say I want a tiny bit. I was watching the eclipse the other day, as I'm sure everyone else in Britain was. Not just Britain either, was it? It was Spain, Greenland, and Iceland, I want to say. There's another one on the 2nd of August next year, which is one of my best mates' birthday. So I want to go to Spain to see that next year because it's only a full eclipse in Spain, Greenland, and Iceland. So I want to see it. I've also realised I did not do my eyebrows before I put the primer on. I'm supposed to do the eyebrows first, then the eyelashes. And that's usually the order that I go in. But apparently I completely forgot about that. Which is pretty common and does happen almost every time that I do any sort of makeup stuff. Now I've just got to try and brush it all out of the way. So as we can see, and as you probably saw at the very beginning, primer or no primer, I have a very oily face. Unfortunately, thanks mom. So on camera it obviously shows up a lot, so when I'm recording I try to put on a lot of powder to try and combat that oiliness. If it was like for going out, I would do it in the mirror, but because it's for how it appears on camera, because I don't like to look really oily on camera, I do it in my phone to make sure that it's definitely doing what I want it to do. How's that looking? It's such a nice difference as well. Like, I'm loving the whole glowy skin trend that everyone's on, but I fear I just look oily when I do it. It's like the whole freckles thing when everyone was saying, like, oh, I want fake freckles and whatnot. And was I on that train? I absolutely was, yeah. But everyone was on that train, and the people with freckles were like, why does everybody want the thing that I was bullied for? Valid reaction. But it's like that for me with the glowy skin thing. People are like, I want glowy skin. I'm like, why? Having oily skin is so annoying. Why do you want this? Huzzah! I'm not oiling it up to the max now. That looks so much better. Do I look normal in a mirror too? Yes. Awesome. So plan is today, I want to get like 7-ish lizard times done. Because the plan is, obviously, since I still work in a school, not right now because I'm on some holidays, but since I was still working in a school, the plan is to try and get 7 recorded on a Sunday or a Saturday so that I can release them throughout the week. Because obviously in the morning I don't have time to record anything, I've just got to get ready and go to work. So this is my little content book. It's got all the things that I want to talk about, content ideas, all that kind of stuff. I also need to write like little scripts, like not a full script, but like a little bit, because I forget what I want to talk about, and then I end up saying a million times, and I have to edit all that out, which is really annoying. Just a little bit on the very end of my nose, because I cannot function without nose contour. I love my nose contour so much. Yeah, I have 7 points here for lizard time for now. I want to get into the routine of recording them all over the weekend, having everything edited and ready to go out, so that they can all be released over the week without me having to do anything too extra. Because for me, the aim is to post one reel, short, TikTok, whatever. I want to post at least one a day, because obviously that helps gain traction, blah blah blah. And I'm manifesting that the whole content creation thing is going to work out, because manifesting is the way to go. I do aim to have one out every day. But that's not really an aim, that's more of a like guarantee. Like, I need to post one thing a day at least. Because one TikTok short, whatever, goes then onto TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I put it on every platform I have, which is also a great way forward. But I do that, and then I try to, on TikTok at the very least, post something else in the day as well. If I don't every day, that's fine, but I do like to aim to have 2 things out every day. Obviously, that's unfortunately what TikTok likes, is to have loads of things out. But I'm like, I don't want to like reuse content, or like just post something random for the sake of posting. Like, I want to make stuff that I like, which is why I do lizard time, because even though it's not like very popular right now anyway, it's not incredibly popular, I do really enjoy making them, and I'm very proud of my lizard time posts. As silly as it sounds, I am very proud of them, and I do really like making them, because they are content that I really enjoy making, which for me is all that matters, is that I'm making something that I enjoy, and that I'm also providing entertainment for, the 300, 400 people that watch them. On YouTube, they get considerably more views usually. And Instagram, but TikTok's not a big fan of lizard time. Which is fine. It would be, handy if all my platforms liked it the same, but obviously different platforms have different kinds of viewers. I don't watch YouTube Shorts, or Instagram Reels all that much either, to be honest. I'm more of a TikTok person. I need to bring that forwards a bit till I look semi-normal again. Which is one of the things I'm talking about today. One of the lizard times I'm doing today is I want to talk about unconventional beauty standards. Because there's beauty standards that are conventional, but there are also unconventional ones. And I could go on a whole rant about it, but I'm not going to, because I want people to actually go watch the lizard time. The only thing with lizard time is that I can't post very long ones. So, I feel like I'm going to do lizard time, but then I'm also probably going to do, deep dives on the things that I'm talking about, probably on YouTube. Because I love doing Get Ready With Me and Yap videos. So I thought I might, in some of my Get Ready With Me and Yap videos, I might start doing small deep dives into the things that I've spoken about on lizard time. I like a bit of a sun-kissed look. It's not done though. It's gonna look normal in a minute. Because then we get a beauty blender with nothing on it, and we just dabble until it looks normal-ish. You know, the thing that I find hilarious is when I'm editing these, as I'm editing them, I'm watching how many times I start talking about something and then completely forget that I'm talking about it and I move on to something else. And I kind of curse myself for it, because when I'm watching them back, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great point. Okay, we've moved on to something else. Right, no, can you finish your point, please? I realised, people have brought it up in conversation before. My friends have brought it up and been like, you very rarely finish a thought. And I'm trying to get better at finishing a thought. But I think about something that it connects to, and then I'm like, oh, well, I need to get that thought out before I forget. And then we just end up in this never-ending circle. I made myself laugh a couple times though, because I've been watching videos of mine, because obviously quality check, whatevs, have to watch them back through myself. But I watch them through and I'm like, wow, you really need to go back and finish that thing you were just talking about. It's really you need to finish your thought. We'll use a tinted lip gloss instead. That's the shade that I want. The Make or Break eyebrows. Eyebrows are really scary, because if it goes wrong, then everything's wrong. My whole face is going to look weird if it's slightly wrong. But I love my thin eyebrows, so it's just trying to only just fill in the end, because the rest is thin enough. And then I put a tiny bit here, just little touches, because it doesn't have any effect if you don't really have an end of an eyebrow. I'd say we're equal enough. That's equal enough for me. So last thing for me for getting ready for these kind of videos, because obviously I don't like having loads of makeup on for them. And I don't like wearing loads of makeup day to day anyway. But the last thing is always to put on extra spray. And did you even do it if you didn't get a little bit in your eyes? As I was saying in my last long form video, I don't know how to style my hair properly. Didn't even address the fact that I've dyed my hair actually since that video. Completely forgot to address that. Yeah, I have new hair. The ginger kind of not ginger wasn't really working for me anymore, because obviously with cutting it off, some parts were ginger, some parts were my natural colour. And then I just felt that the darker colour just suits the short hair better personally. I mean, at least that's how I feel about it, and my opinion's the only one that matters. Because it's on my head! Shocking. Look at this growth already. That's so bad. They're really cute. They are really cute. They're to match my jumper that I was wearing in the last video. Makeup's done. So the next thing to do for me is to run through the ideas that I have for today and make sure that I know what points I want to cover. So like, basically here, I have the lizard time, the date that I want to record them preferably, and then the 7 points that I want to make. So the 7 different videos I want to record for the week. And then I have like the posting schedule plan for that week, because I'll try that, and then obviously if that doesn't work, then next week I'll try something else, just to try and figure out which trying to figure out what posting schedule works for me and what is going to work around my 9 to 5 job, my teaching assisting. So I have like, that's regular schedule on the inside of the cover, and then I have 7 points. Here's the one I wanted to talk about, was the social media standards. So I wanted to talk about unconventional beauty standards, because there's unconventional beauty, and then there's the standard that is okay for unconventional beauty standards. Weird, isn't it? It's like you can be this degree of me, but then once you get lower than that, then it's like not okay anymore, and it's not considered an unconventional beauty. It's just, you're ugly. You're not. You're not ugly. None of my viewers are ugly. So like, I wanted to talk about like Vanilla Mace, Microbangs May, and Philosophy, all of which are so gorgeous. They are on the unconventional beauty standards, you know, the alternative, doing things that are not considered to be a conventional beauty standard. So like having short hair, for example, like mine, is, I don't know, it immediately, I think it's this day and age really, but it immediately puts you into the category of like, is this an LGBTQ thing? Or what? Or do you just like having short hair? Like, I went to a bathroom the other day and a woman stared at my, to try and figure out if I was a girl and allowed to be in there. Yeah, girl, I just have short hair. Nothing too crazy about that. Actually, I just looked at myself and realized that I don't have my second earring in. My mom got me these. They're so cute. Tell you what, I've really missed making YouTube videos. I know I posted one like a week ago, but I've been away. I stayed elsewhere for 2 weeks, I think. So I wasn't really able to record anything. In that time, I quit drinking, and I don't know, I didn't really achieve much. I went swimming a bunch, but I didn't really achieve much. It was literally just the case of me learning to be completely okay with existing on my own. Which went well. That went quite well, I would say. So I haven't really posted anything, and I've really missed, like, so I haven't really done many lizard times or anything either, and I've really missed like sitting in front of a camera, you know, turning my little light on, because I actually bought a light. I bought a light, I bought microphones, you know, the quality's going up since the last time that we spoke. Yeah, quality of production is going up. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, because obviously the microphone seems great, but then there is the thing of, if it's not right in front of my face, like on my fork, then it's still a bit quiet. But the main thing was that I wanted to drown out the sound of the chickens that are outside, as well as the lawnmower, my fan, all these other things that are very infuriating to try and edit out, and try and, you can't do noise reduction on like CapCut, for example. I edit on CapCut because they have like a good sound selection. but you can't do noise reduction or any of that kind of stuff unless you have the Pro, is it? I think it's Pro. But unless you have that, you can't do noise reduction or anything, which is really infuriating. As I was saying, I've not really like sat in front of a camera and actually been able to just talk and actually, you know, express myself on the internet. I haven't really done that in a little while now. In 2 weeks, I haven't really been doing it properly. I think I've done like 4 lizard times. I've not really been doing anything. Kind of disappointing on my half, I know. Sorry. Right, anyway, enough waffling. I'm going to do the next bit now, which is going through these ideas and writing a tiny bit of a script on my iPad, which the laptop attachment is not on. Haha! What I'm going to do is write, like, not really a script, but like a few talking points for the thing that I'm covering, because I stumble on my words a lot. I know what I'm trying to say, but then I'm struggling with trying to say it in a way, just, you know, type out a few talking points to make sure that I'm not arming and ahhing and staring off into the distance. I want to have my points to be concise, because obviously lizard time is, I try to keep it under 1:30, 2 minutes at max, because like Instagram, for example, doesn't promote your videos to new followers if it's over 3 minutes. And I don't want them to be long talking points. Like I said, I want to do long form videos where I do like a get ready with me and yap, but we do like a deep dive into a lizard time that I've spoken about. So I need to have concise points for my lizard time so that they are, you know, within a 2 minute schedule, preferably. Because I feel like I'm just saying a hot take, which I want to. I want to do some that are just like, hot take, bye bye. But I do also want to do. Sorry, the way I said bye bye actually kind of got me. But yeah, I want to do a few longer ones, kind of where, like, for the unconventional beauty standards, I want to try and do like a few bits and pieces where it's a bit longer. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna go drink a coffee and then record these. I will be recording for probably the next hour, I'd say, because I do a couple takes on a couple of them to just make sure that it's definitely all flowing correctly, because I want it to flow and just make a lot of sense. And then this afternoon I'll just be editing this video, so I'm going to end this video here, because there's not really much more for you to see today. Because my editing's not very interesting. It's just me being slumped on my sofa going, what sound would be better here? You know, as you do. As you do. Yeah, I think that's everything from me for this video anyway. Keep your eyes open for lizard times now, because I'm actually upping production and they're going to be better quality, and I'm actually going to know what I'm talking about. So you're not going to see me umming and ahhing. I know. Sorting myself out, seeing my own habits and planning for them. I'm just so crazy with it, you know. But yeah, that's all from me. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.